Hello everyone, welcome to my Surviving Angel Insight channel. So I just wanted to talk about why we should not judge each other. There is so much judgment going on in the world. We see, especially today, with because we might do things differently, we might not understand it, or we sometimes want to think because when we might have been in a situation, this might have happened, and we was able to do this, or we was able to do that, so we judge. But let me just say this, okay? For one, God told us not to judge. Let's just remember that, okay? God told us we should not judge others because the same way we judge someone is the same way He would judge us. Nobody on this earth is perfect. This is why God gave His only begotten Son to make that sacrifice to die for us, for our sins. Nobody is perfect. We all sin. We just all sin differently. Okay? Let me give some examples. Now, you might have a minister, right? Who might look down on someone who's gay. Okay? Let's just be honest, because this is a huge thing that's going on right now. So much, gay people have so much judgment on them. So that was actually a good point, because to start off with that, right? A minister would judge a gay person. Well, God said homosexuality was wrong. God said that was a major sin. So I don't want to deal with you. I'm not going to love you. I'm going to just act like you don't exist. I'm going to wish death on you and all this stuff, right? But yet this minister has a daughter or a son. And again, this is not a judgment on, this is just to show you what's going on in this world, right? But the minister have a son or a daughter that's on their second or third child, but not married. Right? Focus on that, right? Not married. Okay? God said that we should not have sex before marriage. Period. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So the fact that a minister will sit up there and judge the gay person but won't judge the son or the daughter is not right at all. Because what that minister is basically saying, even though those are both sins, I'm going to accept this sin because I'm thinking you being gay is more worse of a sin than what my son or daughter did. But let me go ahead and bust your bubble. If I read the Bible every single day, my grandmother Iola Youngblood taught me how to read the Bible every single day. I read 2 pages in the morning, 2 pages at night. And let me tell you this, I never saw what God said, one sin is better than the other sin. A sin is a sin. God is going to judge us for any sin that we do, point blank, right? So who are we to pick and choose what sin we want to accept, what sin we want to judge, what sin we want to look down on? It's not right at all. We should not judge anyone. We should let God, which He says only He can do the judging, we should go back and let God do the judging, period. I don't have to, here's the thing. Just because you don't agree with something don't mean you have to hate the person. Okay, I get what God said about homosexuality, but I also get what He said about sex before marriage. So I know, I'm just being honest, I had sex before marriage. So who am I to judge this gay person? We both sin, we just sin differently. So I'm not going to judge one sin more than the other sin. And a lot of ministers are probably going to see this video and comment and argue and say, you're wrong for that. Homosexuality is the worst sin possible and all of this. The point is, a sin is a sin. And we have no idea who's really going to go to heaven and who's going to go to hell. Yes, we do have what God has about saying what he feels is wrong, what he knows is wrong, and what we should do. But at the end of the day, God and Jesus makes the decision. We have no idea. Because see, that gay person you might be going out judging, he might end up in heaven, and your daughter and son who you praising, who just had sex with and had 2 or 3 kids without marriage, might be the one in hell. And I'm not saying that's going to be the case. I'm just saying this is why we should not judge. Because at the end of the day, we do not know what God might do. Because God has the last final say about anything, period. Also, we should not judge when it comes to how someone handles a situation. There's a lot of that going on. Okay, example. So you might have someone who lost a parent or deal with a health issue, and because they going out, clubbing all the time, saying happy thoughts and all of this stuff, but yet you have another person who's dealing with the same thing, but they probably thinking about killing themselves or they crying. Who are you to judge and say, well, I went through all of that and I'm still clubbing, I'm still laughing, I'm still doing this, and you sitting up going through that and you crying? Again, judgment. Because everybody goes through something and it affects everybody differently. So when you might suffer a loss, or you might went through a health situation, and you might sit up there and say, well, you know what, even though I'm going through this, and yes, I lost someone that I love, or yes, I'm going through this health issue, you know what, I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm still going to party, I'm still going to think positive. That's great for you. But instead of judging that person who's saying, I want to kill myself, or crying, how about you lift a hand, or say, reach out to that person and say, hey, so I hear that this is what you're going through. I've been there too. If you ever need me to, just to talk, I will be there for you. How about that? Because that judging can make the situation a lot worse. And that's what people don't understand. When someone, whether it's social media, and to think about it, it's so easy for us to judge a lot worse now because we have social media. Back in my day when I was growing up, we didn't have social media. So if we was going through something, we either did one or two things. We either kept it to ourselves or we wrote it in a diary. The only difference is now we have social media, when people probably still use their diary, but now sometimes they use social media as another form of diary. And the thing about it, yes, when you put anything on social media, unfortunately, you open the door for people to either have positive reviews or negative reviews. Point blank. And I get that. But at the same time, that don't mean that gives someone the right to do the negativity. Because the same energy you use to be negative and judge is the same energy you should use to be positive and say, yes, let me help you. What can I do to help you? And a lot of people don't understand that. But judging do make the situation worse, because say, for example, if someone posted on social media and say, hey, I'm going through this. It's so much for me to do with, so I just don't want to be here no more. But I'm thinking about that is light at the end of the tunnel, so I should hold on. Now, let's say, for instance, you a judger. So by you being a judger and you want to look down because you think your life is so much better, or maybe you've been through the situation and you ain't never react like that, so you think you on top of someone. So you decided to make that comment and said, well, how about you stop being crying on social media? Here's you over here crying about this, and there's other people going through that, and you need to just go ahead and kill yourself then, since you want to talk about, you want to cry and stuff like that because God did this and God did that. And you know what's going to happen? That person is probably going to look at that and hurry up and probably do make that decision to kill themselves. But maybe if you would have did a different result and said, hi, I understand that you're crying on social media, and what do you need? Do you just need someone to talk to? Because there's a lot of people on here that's judging and look down on you. So how about if you ever feel that you just need to shout it and you need to speak to someone, here's my number, call me, or just contact me. I'm there for you. You hold your head up. It's going to be okay. That's a lot better. How about we start having compassion and stop judging? That's what we need to do. Have more compassion and less judgment. Because judging does not do anything or do anybody any good at all. And God is looking at us because the way He's looking at how we treat other people. Remember, you're supposed to treat people the way you want to be treated. So ask yourself, do you want to be treated this way? Do you, if you for whatever reason would have, cried for this reason, and would you want someone to react to you that way? We have to think like that. We just need to stop judging each other and start loving on each other, because God told us to love each other. I don't have to like what you do, but I can still love you, and I don't have to judge you. So here's the thing. I do believe about being, gay is wrong. And I would never be gay. But if you're gay, I love you. Just all I'm asking you out of respect, just don't push it on me, because that's not what I want to do. But I still love you. We can still be cool. Whatever's going on with you that made you make that decision, that's between you and God and Jesus. And God and Jesus is the only one to judge you. I'm not going to do it. If I see you someone with a whole lot of kids and everybody got different fathers and different mamas, that's not for me to judge. I'm going to say, I love you. Whatever you need, let me know. But that's when you, God and Jesus. It's not for me to judge. Who am I to judge? Because I'm not perfect. I've sinned too. I don't have the right to look down on somebody else. I don't have the right to judge somebody else because of the way they might decide they want to agree. But I would say this. And again, this is not judging. This is just I think an opinion. But I'm going to try to say it so when it does not come out as judging, it's just coming out as just being loved on. We all have to understand that every time we feeling hurt about anything and feeling down, and I think I said this before a few minutes ago, but I can't remember. If we put it out there, and I'm saying this, if you watching this, I know because I got judged a lot. So I'm telling you out of love. If we put anything on social media, we have to understand that it's going to come back either positive or negative. Point blank. And I had to learn that a lot for myself, because I got judged so harshly plenty of times when I cried on social media, and I got so much negativity feedback from that, a lot of it. And I know it made me shut down, and it made me feel like I'm less than a person, all because I should just shit. But the thing about it is, when we show our emotions to the public, the same way it had a negative reaction, a lot of times it has a positive reaction, and it can really help someone else, because so many people suffer in silence. But that's a whole nother video. So let me stick on the topic. We just need to not judge each other. So if anything, I hope that when you get out watching this video, that when I watch this video, I'm not going to judge anyone else. If I don't understand why you did what you did, or why you the person you are, or what the choices you made, only thing I'm going to say is I love you, and that's between you and God and Jesus. And that's all I'm going to say. I hope that after this we can just have compassion, and we can just learn to move on with our life. Because old folks used to say, if you spend more time focusing on your life and your business, you don't have time to worry about somebody else's business. So, and if you spend more time, judging yourself in a good way, you don't have time to judge nobody else, because you got your own stuff going on. Because we got our own stuff going on. So, please, everyone, take from this that after today, we do no more judging. We just do more loving. And again, just because I love you does not mean I have to be okay with what you're doing. I'm just acknowledging that God said that I should not judge you, because the same way I judge you, He's going to judge me. And I don't have to be okay with it, but I can still love you. That's it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, when God wakes you up, He still has a plan for your life.